You know, I am still furious about Metallica. I'm still mad about Metallica. All of my ill feelings towards them when I was like 20, 21, 22, like that was like the time frame of when I hated Metallica the most. And I have that feeling for them. I have absolutely no feelings for them whatsoever. I despise them. And that documentary set me back to who I was towards Metallica. I hate them. I hate them. I couldn't stand the whining, couldn't stand the complaining, couldn't stand the music, couldn't stand the drums, couldn't stand the people. So, I'm gonna walk to the store because I decided that I wanted to have zucchini fries. I saw that online somewhere. I'm like, I want to make that, and all I need is zucchini, and that's pretty much it, and Parmesan. So off to the store I go in my hat. Hey, what's up, you guys? So it is 7:17, and I am making chicken drumsticks and zucchini fries. And I thought while making dinner I would talk more about Job Corps. Now, I know that I have talked about Job Corps for the past couple of days, but I really never talked about what Job Corps is for you guys. Because everyone's experience is different, but I can tell you exactly what you'll be walking into, per se. Like, I can't tell you everything about every Job Corps. Every Job Corps is different. Now, if you were to say, I'm going to Columbia Basin, tell me about it, well, I'm good. I'll tell you everything about it. But what I'm going to tell you about is what is not online. Because I know that every single person that has ever wanted to go to Job Corps has looked it up, and there's nothing about it. And if there is, it's always, butterflies and rainbows and unicorns. You're going to do great. No. It is like, literally, it's like they're trying to advertise prison as being a wonderful place. And it just makes you want to commit the crime just to go there. And that's what Job Corps is doing. Because they don't want people to back away, because it is not for, I'm gonna say it's not for the weak. And now it's not boot camp, but it's mental boot camp. It straightens you out mentally. Which in turn makes you a more mature person, which in turn makes you a stronger person mentally, which in turn makes you a stronger individual in all aspects. Now, I'm not saying that I went to Job Corps, now I can pump, 50 pounds of iron. No. I'm saying that it makes me more of a ready adult, I guess what I'm trying to say. Because I didn't have any training. I didn't know how to act. And it teaches you how to act. It teaches you, let's just get into it. As I'm turning this chicken around to put more seasonings on it. So the first thing that I want you guys to know about Job Corps is that Job Corps does not help you find a job. It does in a very small form. Now, Job Corps, I know it's online, says, we will help you find a job. I think I found that once, and that is not the case. They just want you to feel like you're going to be in there and out there real quickly. Nope. It helps you become ready for a job. Because if you come in not knowing any skills, and then they find you a job, you're going to be fired, like, really fast. So what Job Corps does is it rounds you. It makes you a more functional, more reliable, more ready adult for a job. Now, Job Corps is very creative, and they go in different perspectives of what different jobs may require. If you like food, now this is not like the trade. This is minus the trade. If you go into, because there's a thing, now this is all military terms, so if you're a former to the military, you know this term. There is this horrible thing you have to do at least 5 times during the time you're there. And it's 1 week at a time, 5 times for the entire time you're there. And that is KP. Now, if anybody's in the military, or any kind of, military. KP stands for kitchen patrol, which rounds you into if you're going to get your very first job in fast food, which is the majority of what people do when they first get out of high school. Is they do work part-time at McDonald's or Burger King or whatever, and KP really rounds you and gets you ready for working at a fast food. And that is like the first thing. And I hated KP because I used to work at a fast food restaurant back in the day, and I hated that so freaking much that I wanted to burn the place down and claim fraud. So did I put this on? No. So I did that 4 times. I got out of the 5th time because I came up with a bunch of excuses. Oh, I'm graduating soon. Oh, I'm taking the NACEs. I can't do it. Oh, I'm going home. So I got out of the 5th time. I did not want to do the 5th time at all. Whoa. That's some... I made some Jell-O earlier. My gosh. Talk about a blue tongue. So, that is the first thing. The second thing is GI. Now, I talked about GI before, being the worst. I hated that. It pretty much goes with any job you've got. Any job that is required. It kind of teaches you both for a job and also for just existing, because you cannot exist in a mess without dying. So it helps you become more responsible, teaches you to have time management. I know I'm taking a long time to explain because I'm really trying to think of food and what I need to do, plus talk to you guys. So it helps you become a more reliable, more responsible individual when you clean. And it just helps you it's all responsibility, and that also goes in with the job. And also to clean up in a time management, which time management has never been my friend, nor is money management, but that's a whole other thing. I was never taught about money at Job Corps, because just like, as long as you get paid from your job, you're doing a good job. So I was never focused. So those are 2 things. KP definitely helps you in fast food. If you ever get out and you're like, I don't want to do my trade, I don't want to have to like do what I learned in trade, I'm going to go fast food where you got the experience. And then the GI, and then there's morning cleaning. You have to clean every single morning in like a 15-minute time frame, and voila. And then there's the trade. The trade has a lot of components in it too that teaches you. I really can't remember much about my trade because, by the time I graduated, but by the time I left Job Corps, I was in college for 6 months. I had finished my trade in November, and I left Job Corps in June. So, quite some time. But I remember that it had a lot of time management. It was at your pace, but if you were too slow, the teacher, oh my gosh, I loved it. Everyone else hated it. I don't know why, but our training instructor was like, you need to get your ass up and move. And then once you got finished with, I think it was 28 chapters in the nursing book, you did skills. And we had, was it 108 hours of skill? I don't remember. I remember it was such a large number. I remember my jaw dropped my head. I'm like, how am I going to do 108 hours of skills? Luckily, it went by fast. Because, I did skills for about 2 months. And you can get a lot of hours done in 2 months. And then that's when we went to, what's it called? Not skills, but actual training, basically. And you went to an actual facility. We went to an Alzheimer's facility, which really struck it really hard for me because I had just gotten done with doing the Alzheimer's facility when Malcolm Young died, who died of Alzheimer's. And I remember seeing the people there and how much they have, like, deteriorated to almost children. And it just really made me just cry, thinking Malcolm being as a child again, and because you die from it. Because I don't know how you died from it. I remember asking how, and I just didn't want to hear it because I kept thinking of Malcolm, but it's sad. And it made me really want to help people. I'm like, I want to be there for these people who are dying, you know, at an old age, and knowing that they have someone that cares for them, you know, with their last breath. And that's what made me continue doing my CNA instead of going, I don't want to do it, I'll go into fast food. I would die. I'd much rather not even think about fast food. Fast food is disgusting in general. So, I learned a lot. I mean, even going into the facility, which we had like 2 weeks with, and my job is a lot like it. Very much like it, so I'm like, well, I remember exactly what I need to do, except I go to people's houses, which is so much more nicer. I love going to people's houses. I'm just like, it's so grand and so beautiful. I get to live one life. You know, I get to live in the day, I get to live in the day of a life of my client, and what they do every day. I love that. And that's kind of why I like YouTube, watching vlogs, is it takes me out of my life, and with my job, it takes me out of my life. Like, I like living the way you live for, 4 hours a day. And that just, like, keeps me motivated to keep going at my job. Plus, the whole sole reason. So, the whole trade just really gives you so much experience. So much experience that if you do choose to go on with what you got from trade, it's easy peasy lemon squeezy. And you can't fail. If you didn't fail the NACEs for CNA, you can't fail at your job. Unless you do malpractice, you steal, or you just forgot everything, which is kind of hard to forget. It's like the food handler's permit. It's so darn easy with cartoon faces going, what's the temperature of turkey? 165 Fahrenheit. Well, 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Thank you. Applause, applause. I had to renew my food handler's card today because my job said it's a new cycle. We need new food handlers, so I had to renew it, and I got every question right. Anyway, that is besides the point. So now on the social side of it, it's all about decisions. Because that is up to you. There's really no training on how to be social and how to follow the rules. But I will tell you this. If you break one rule, you will never break another rule. Because at least at Columbia Basin, you have to face the CEO officer. Which CEO, I forgot what CEO stands for. Correctional Evaluation Officer. I think that's it. Applause for me. Oh, I remember doing this. Every time a staff member would come into the room, you would have, oh gosh, that was, yay, show and tell. I hated that. It's like, I'm just going to clap as loud as I can and just make everyone deaf. Ouch! I just whacked all my knuckles on the countertop. Oh, I need to put the stuff in the oven. I'll be right back. I'm going to press pause. I'm back. Okay, so now we went over the card system, but basically there's a whole lot of levels of bad behavior and where it can take you. Really bad behavior, you get kicked out. Like, there have been kids, I remember a story, it was towards the end of my time at Job Corps. There was a thing going on in one of the dorms called Fight Club. Basically, you would fight another person, and people would be like, yay, fight, 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 and like a bunch of people got kicked out, and I'm just like, why? Why would you risk your entire life in punching someone in the face? Actually, I get that. I totally would. Okay, I get it now. But don't do it. Because Fight Club is totally peer pressure. Because everyone's doing it, which is not the case. People will say everyone's doing it. But I'll tell you this, that if you witness Fight Club and not say anything, it's just as bad as being in it and you'll get kicked out for it. That's how bad Fight Club is. Now, if you bring knives, you're kicked out. You bring drugs, you're kicked out. If you fight, you get kicked out, depending on how violent it is. Which chances are, if you fight in general, you get kicked out. If you... Oh, I don't know how it works. How many others. But... And then there's a second level. If you cuss in front of a staff member, if you cuss at them, it's more worse. But if you cuss around them and they're in a bad mood, you get a white card. Now, I got a white card before I left, but it was demolished because, come on. I have never gotten in trouble in my life at Job Corps. I got in trouble for waving at the person that I was trying to get away from. And I got a white card for that. Like, what do you do? Like, you're walking, minding your own business, going to college, or no, I was not going to college. I was taking a walk, as I always do. I have filmed so many footage of me, hey, what's up, you guys, walk. And he waved at me, and I waved back out of awkwardness, and I got in trouble for it. My camera shut off, because my camera's like, you're talking too much. Well, camera, I have something to tell you. Shut up. I'm not drunk, but I want to get some alcohol. I'll be right back. I got my alcohol, dudes and dudettes and beeps and peeps. Anyway. Enough about that. Job Corps. It's the best thing you ever do, hardest thing you ever do, but I'll guarantee it's not the worst thing you ever do. In fact, murdering someone is the worst thing you ever do. Job Corps is the best thing you ever do, especially if you don't have the skills that's needed for life. Do it. It also gets you out of high school. If you're 16, I hate high school. You need to go to Job Corps, and that's not a good idea, because they'll make you get your high school diploma, which is hard. A lot of people only go into Job Corps to get their high school diploma, because it takes like 6 months of their life to do it. It's coming up. Don't vomit on me. So, Job Corps. So beneficial to your life, honestly. Like, I think Job Corps is more better than college. Because college only is, it's kind of narrow-minded if you think about it. You only focus on that one little thing. Ooh, I'm gonna be a surgeon. Okay, well, this is what you need. Job Corps is like, you're this. You start like, I don't know what to do with my life, and you just spread. And you have so many things, from welding to pharmacy, from masonry to CNA, to carpentry to Cisco and what's the other one? Business. Culinary and maintenance. But one thing I want to tell you right now, because I said maintenance and it just popped me up, brought something to my mind. Don't date on campus. Take it from me. I had one good boyfriend, but I could not make my mind up that I eventually scared him away. And he didn't want to be with me anymore. Because he was younger than me. He was way younger than me. I was 24, he was 19. Oh, the monstrosity. But, that is a... I love zucchini. That was gross. One thing Job Quinn never taught me. Maturity. Anyway. Don't date on campus. I'm watching now. I'm watching y'all. As I said before, I had one boyfriend who was really good. Really, really good to me. But he was so young. I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, make up your mind, woman. Eventually, just like, you know what? Goodbye. I missed you. What? Another guy I dated, the first boyfriend I had, oh my gosh, I want to punch him. If anybody's watching this from Job Corps, you know what I'm talking about. Because apparently I ruined his life. When I made day 6 or day 7, I said, oh, I'm going to have his children. And y'all was like, I'm so afraid of it now. You know what I'm talking about. Go punch him in the face for me. I guess he became a weirdo. And then I had another boyfriend. I think he was my last boyfriend. I think he's in the big boy house called prison. I'm not gonna talk about it. I shouldn't have said that, but it doesn't matter. He's in jail for being a doofus. Yes, you can actually go to jail for being a doofus. These are disgusting without it being cooked. Pardon me. Oh, it makes my nose itch. What's on here that makes my nose itch? There's coffee stains on this. You see them? See the coffee stains? Not my coffee. Anyway, what we do with these little funky little dudes is we cut them in half. You can't see this because the camera is at my face. Ooh, it cuts like butter. This is a really big piece. I'm gonna cut that one in. Yeah. So anyway, please on the comments don't ask me how he's in prison. Please don't, because I don't know. Shouldn't have said that. But please punch my first boyfriend in the face, because the last thing he texted me was, Why did he get kicked out for? Why did he get kicked out for? Tell me. None of your beeswax. I still care about him. Care enough to punch him in the face. No. I need that. I need the cookie sheet. And it's being cooked right now, so I have to wait. This is delicious. Black cherry lemonade. I have to work tomorrow. Oh, wow. Job Corps. Do it. Don't be on campus. Oh, that's great. Oh my gosh, you guys. Look how funny this looks. It looks like a cartoon character wearing sunglasses, smoking a thermometer. Isn't that just the funniest thing? He's a boss. And he smokes, wow, that's like 190. Jeez! Now you're overcooked, buddy.